Hey guys, Iceman here. And for the past couple days I've been playing the Paladin as I decided to make a Smiter Zealot class. And it's been pretty fun. I've had one of these before. So I've been playing this game like crazy the last couple days and I haven't made a single video on it yet. But I've been intending to at this point, now that I have him about where I would like him to be. So I just made this Grief. Yeah, I traded up for the runes. I found a few of them. I had 2 ohms then, and I transmuted it into a low. And I made this thing. And check it out. It's not that bad. It's, I was a little disappointed, like, right away. I mean, it has 370 out of the 400 damage, I think, and it ranges from 340 to 400, I think is what the range is. Or is it 415? I'm not sure which. So it's like middle of the range in that regard. The attack speed is alright. And the other mods look good. Then I just umbed this helm, this badass one for Smiters. High Lords, I traded for this HOZ. It's extremely low in defense, but I didn't even give a shit, man. Some of this stuff is way overrated, I think. Like, I guess it's one thing if you're just trying to perfect your character, you know what I mean? But if you're kind of in the beginning stages and all, get the cheap one. I traded an Ist for this, and it was already upped to a Zakarum shield. So it saved me a pull rune right there, because you need to up it for the smite damage. And it already was socketed. So I didn't lose out on any of that stuff. Isn't that awesome? It was only an Ist rune. Shit. The stats on the shield are just amazing. And then your traditional girl riders. I popped on this ring because I really need some mana steel. I'll probably get a better mana steel ring with dual res or something. String of Ears, and I do have a Dungos in the stash. But I mean, this has magic damage reduction and life steal. And I'm, for the most part, a Zealer. Come on. It's in some ways, it's better than Dungos. You know what I mean? In some situations, it's really hard to compare the two. But I'm going to use both of them. I'm going to experiment a bit more. And I made this Fortitude as well. Look at that piece of fine equipment right there. Yeah, I made that in a 13% superior Great Hauberk. I don't have a torch. Level 81. Just some basic stuff on this Merc. Look at that Veil of Steel. Some old school Diablo 1 item right there. Remade for Diablo 2. Now this Reaper's Toll is freaking awesome for melee characters. The Decrepify that it casts every 3 swings by your Merc, it reduces significantly their physical resistances. So you'll do a hell of a lot more damage to all the enemies that take that. Also, it breaks physical immunities. So for the enemies that have physical immunity, you can then beat their ass. Yeah, it's awesome. Now, this is a touchy subject here. All right? I know a lot of folks are going to probably say, this isn't the way to do it. But here's my reasoning behind it. I max Zeal. I mean, 95% of the time I'm using Zeal. But you don't have to. Just put 1 point in Zeal if you want to max your smite. Because when you're using Grief, it ignores target's defense and it hits them every time. And it's a hell of a lot faster than just walking around smiting everything. It's such a pain in the ass doing that. But look at this. This is Grief and a non-optimized for attack rating, Zealer, and a very new character. Like, there's a lot of refinements I could still make on this guy. I basically don't have any charms, just a few junk ones that I should probably just throw on the ground. But just 1 point in Zeal is epic. Like, I barely noticed difference, but there is some difference if you max it, obviously. You're getting more attack rating, and you're getting a bit more damage. And I also put 1 point into Charge, which is very nice to have. I mean, it's like a 1 point wonder. You can just bash through a hell of a lot of things using Charge. So I recommend you do that. And obviously you got to max Fant, or Fanaticism. You got to max Holy Shield. And I didn't max Smite, I just put 1 point into it. Now, I've had a Smiter before that did Ubers, no problem. used Grieve, had 1 point into Smite, and beat their ass in a matter of minutes. I don't feel like it's worth having the 20 points into that. Because most of the time I'm just using Zeal, and I'm charging into shit. And I've seen some Paladins that refuse to use anything other than Smite. They just walk around smiting everything, and it's such a pain in the ass. I mean, they look kind of like fools when they do that. Especially in the early stages, you're trying to level up from level 1, and you just go around smiting everything. And of course, there's no lifesteal, but if you're wearing Drax, you know, a small percentage of the time you're going to be casting the life tap. But you gotta use Zeal, man, or... Look at that charge, I just killed that boss. Holy shit. Okay, yeah, I made a game to trade because I'm trying to get... He's probably going to leave now because it's non-eth. Aren't ya? Okay, peace be with you. Yeah, I'm trying to trade this junk shield. But hey, on Switch, another thing to mention is a life tap wand. Even if you're using Drax, I'm going to trade for Drax soon here. But then you can cast it on them and you don't got to worry about your Drax proccing, because there's such a low percentage of a chance they do. In past experience, when I would do Uber Tristram, it wouldn't cast in time, and I'd get my ass beat and I'd die without it even casting the life tap. But I mean, most of the time it worked out okay, but it just was annoying when it would do that sometimes, when it just wouldn't cast and you die. So why not just do this first? It would never take, you know, more than 30 seconds for it to cast, that's for sure. Usually it casts within 10 seconds, usually less. But sometimes it was probably a little over 10 seconds and you die. This has a 28-second duration. You just cast it once, then you run up to the Uber and start smiting the hell out of him and you're good. Because your gloves are going to cast it too, as well, so it's going to stay up. Just switch over casting. You don't need a call to arms. You could make one, but you really don't need it. Holy shit. Yeah, this area is kind of tough. Like, this character isn't very optimized. The problem with the skeletons is you don't steal any life from them, so they become a pain in the tail. Let's see, but look at this. You can just charge into everything. It's just 1 point. Yeah, just 1 point in a charge, and he demolishes stuff. But that's basically my starter Smiter right now in Zealot. I might respec and only have 1 point into Zeal, because there's one more thing I should mention. Oh, hell. Using the guy. Wonder if he's going to want the shield. Here's the thing. If you max conviction, or not max it, if you get it over 20, over level 20, you can then override Uber Mephisto's conviction. Because you really got to stack res otherwise. You got to, because he's going to make you go a negative 120 or something like that, or maybe negative 125. So if you get it to level 21, you can just you can override his thing. So you just have that equipped when you attack Mephisto, or have your conviction aura active, run up to Mephisto, beat his ass, and your reses will all be maxed still. Mine aren't maxed yet, of course, because I need to refine this character still. But they will be before I do over Tristram. Well, they'll be close. So, and I'll probably have conviction to level 21. So I might distribute a lot of my points from Zeal over to conviction, because right now it's only level 4 with my gear. I have 10 points remaining. I'm only level 81, so I could level up some. But I think I might respec, because I'm going to go that route, I think. Because then I can still have a lot of points in Zeal. And I don't have to just dump so many points into these to get that small bonus from getting those heightening your max resist. Although I might experiment with that as well. But the conviction thing sounds nice, because then I don't have to stack the hell out of my resistances. That just doesn't sound very fun. And I don't want to have to go and put on Treachery and run and get it procced before I go into Uber Tristram every time and have that Treachery in my stash for that stuff. And then have a ton of stacked res on top of that. It just doesn't sound that fun, you know what I mean? I'd rather just simply override his conviction to where it doesn't apply to me then. Because that's how it works, apparently. if your enemy has conviction and so do you, whoever's is higher will cancel out the others. Yeah. And obviously you're not going to have your Fant active then, so you're going to be spiting slower, but it's not going to be a problem because the only reason Mephisto is such a huge problem is that Conviction Aura just kills everything. So I'm going to experiment with that, and I'm going to probably do Uber Tristram sometime soon, and I will have that on video as well, so stay tuned for that. But if you will, like this video. All right, more videos to come on Diablo 2. I'm the Iceman. Let me know what you think of this setup so far, all right? I'm the Iceman. Peace be with you.